Hey everyone. Sorry, just got done at the gym in the sauna. I tried to record from the sauna, but yeah, my device did not like that amount of heat. So, yeah, let's talk about the astrology for today, January 27th. Mars has a lot of action going on with it today. So Mars is retrograde in Cancer, and we've talked that that's all about emotional processing that we've been doing of like the past and maybe of the archetype of the mother, right? How do we nurture ourselves? How do we nurture others? Um, and it's making a square to, well, two squares, right, today. And that's more of a spicy aspect. They don't really see eye to eye, but if you can learn how to work with each one and kind of let them take their reign in the appropriate place and time, um, then you can make some progress with it. And so it's squaring first Chiron, which is our sacred wound, right? He was a centaur that was cast out, and he kind of went and learned how to be a healer, and he was really of the earth. But it is sitting in Aries right now, right? Which can be our sign of independence, maybe even something in its infancy as well, right? We think about the archetype of the child, like a little immature, right? Something that might feel a little immature about maybe your sense of confidence and independence. It could relate to anger and aggression. Um, and so that square that's happening really is that Aries wants to move these things through the body physically. Aries wants to do something about it. It's a little impulsive, impatient, so it might want some instant gratification, where Cancer wants a little bit of solitude and is like, I need for things to slow down and to find a little bit of stability. And then the second square that's going on with Mars today is going to be its square Lilith and Libra. And so Lilith is an interesting one because her mythology, right, is that she was kind of cast out of the Garden of Eden before Eve came along, and that she was a bit of a freedom seeker, a bit of a rebel. She was also known as a baby eater in some of her mythology, though, so it just depends on how you like to work with her. I like to work with her in an evolutionary space, meaning that what you're not conscious of, she might eat it up if it's not in your awareness. But once you bring it into your field of awareness, I think she has a powerful energy to help transform. So in the sign of Libra, that's all about our relationships, right? So this square making that's happening with Cancer, I really see that as like there could possibly be a little victim mentality, right? Where it's like, oh, well, I'm this way because so and so did this, or I'm this way because this happened, right? So Libra is the sign of the other. It's how we relate to the other. And making this square, it might be a little passive aggressive and like not really want to take responsibility for things. So the invitation there, I think, is to assess like, hey, Libra is also about creating fairness and harmony, but the other octave to that is that it could people please a little bit. And Mars in Cancer wants you to lead with your heart. So if you're continuously people pleasing and saying, yeah, I'll do that, but you're abandoning a bit of yourself, well, then your heart space isn't really going to be happy. And sitting below the surface is going to be a little bit of internal resentment towards, that person or whatever that is, right? So the invitation here is to be honest and, move from the heart space, have the conversations that need to be had, and bring these things of fairness and justice and balance into your relationships. And take the pause to recognize that, right? Because if we're not conscious of it, then there might end up being a big imbalance, and the lower octaves of the Cancer passive aggressiveness and the little pinchiness might come out. So that's all for today.